you see the face, you see the eyes. As the swell comes over her body, you see her tail at the end fanning out like this. That has to be my hardest evidence besides the bone back there. 10 feet minimum. 10 feet minimum. They're all tail. They're all tail. Just like me and you, from the waist up, tail, like all around me, surrounded. The scream's coming from here. I go to check it out over here. I hear another one. I'm running to this side. If you saw the video, you see me darting all over the boat.
Welcome to the studio. Welcome to the show. We are so excited to have you. I have to say, I've been following you for a few years, and you're like a celebrity in my mind. Like, young dude, like, with Sauce 90 in the house. Like, I'm legit giddy. Callie's so excited. We just been, like, very much anticipating this, and, like, just so stoked that you even wrote back to us when you reached out.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. It was this crazy experience. I have no problem telling it whatsoever, so...
We know your story, but I think a lot of our listeners probably don't know it. So we definitely want to start from the beginning. You are a deep sea fisherman.
Correct.
Off of Nantucket, correct?
I fish out of New Bedford, Massachusetts, but where we usually fish is Nantucket Sound, Georges Banks, around that area, yes.
You've been doing it for how long?
I've been doing this for, last month was 9 years for me.
9 years. Awesome. That's amazing.
I spent a lot of time on the ocean.
Yeah, you do. What is it, like 200 days out of the year?
Yeah, 200 days out of the year I'm out there. So
very cool. Yeah, that's got to be amazing.
You have to be built for it. You know, it's not one of those jobs just built, you know, everybody can do it. You know, you really got to love what you're doing. So I guess I'm lucky. 100%.
I'm definitely not built for it. I get seasick, so there's no way. I went whale watching once. That was like the worst experience of my life. So
no cruises
I'm relying
for you.
On you. I'm relying on you to find all the mermaids because it won't be me.
I'm trying.
We live vicariously through you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so like I said before, been following you for a while, so I know some of your stories. So I did hear recently, though, in one of your interviews that, correct me if I'm wrong, you had your first encounter or experience or sighting in 2001?
2022, actually. 2022 was my first official sighting.
Okay. That's what I thought. So I thought I misheard. Okay, so 2022. And that was the video that went viral.
Yes.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The video that changed my life.
Yeah, it did. I'm sure there's a lot of pros and cons to that, huh?
Actually, more pros than cons, because, you know, it's very, very rare do I find someone that's like really negative towards the subject. It's either you believe it, you don't, you know, and if you don't, I really don't press people because, you know, that's their opinion. So it's usually more pros than cons.
That's good. I mean, when it's your own experience, you know, like it can feel upsetting when people like doubt you or say you're lying. But at the same time, it's like, you know what's true. You know what you went through.
Correct.
And you're not trying to convince people. And I think that's very apparent in the way you talk about this. Because like I was legit like a skeptical at first. When I first saw your videos, I knew nothing about you. I just saw the viral video. I was like,
correct. Yeah.
I don't know. My first instinct was to be a little skeptical, even though I believe in things like this. But then, like, the more I watched you and heard you speak, I was like, okay, this guy's legit. Like, I 100% believe that you really did experience these things.
If you ever have a chance to talk to any, you know, anybody who has a job on the ocean, whether it be military, Navy, Coast Guard, any old-timer fisherman, just, if you ever meet one, just ask for a story. Guaranteed you're going to be sitting down for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Well, isn't that like the old tale of like the fisherman coming into port, getting drunk, and like having all these crazy stories, and people be like, oh, those guys are nuts. But it's like, no, I actually think they're really telling people what they saw.
Yeah, it's funny too, because people, when you're a fisherman, people take anything you say with a grain of salt, just cause like this fisherman, he's a drunk fisherman, or he's been out at sea too long, he doesn't know what's going on. But you know, when you have multiple situations or experiences from men who have traveled the ocean, many years ago from not just me, just other people and other people's stories. It's kind of hard to kind of turn your eye to it, you know.
I
If you're
agree.
interested in it like me, I'll dive in that conspiracy theory hole, and I'll be there up all night searching. So I'm one of those.
So are we.
Love it.
Big time. Big time. As soon as I got into your stuff, both of us actually, we did a whole episode on mermaids, and man, that rabbit hole goes deep, and it's ancient. The information we were finding, it
It's
goes
worldwide.
and
way
it is
back.
global. It's global.
Yes.
You got sirens, mermaid stories from Norway, Denmark, Africa, Jamaica, Thailand. It's global. It's not just this one concentrated area. That's another thing, you know, that works in my favor too, because I got people from all over the world reaching out to me who have the same ideas, and it's just awesome, man. I think it's just something great. I found my clique of people where I can be like, hey, you know, there's some mermaids, and they won't look at me weird, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there. I mean, I love reading the comment sections in videos, your videos or other videos of mermaids, and the amount of testimonies there are of people, their own stories, or their mother or their grandmother, you know, saw one, or, you know, things like that, or even had telepathy, like communication, telepathic communication, which I think you kind of said you experienced
It
some of
happened
that.
to me, yeah.
So, oh my gosh, just want to get into it. Okay, so I'm going to let him roll. Yeah, let's just let you roll with your story, if you don't mind, like kind of starting from the beginning, 2022, out on the
2022,
boat.
man. It started. It was just a normal fishing day. It was in March. It was kind of cold out. So, you know, I think it was the second day. We were all, maybe 50 miles off the coast of Nantucket, south. So, if you look on a map, Nantucket's this little island off the coast of Massachusetts, you know what I mean? And you can kind of figure out where I was if you know, I know people like to go out and kind of see or Google map or Google image it. But there's an area over there that a lot of fishing vessels go to. Is called the Shoals. And the Shoals is the bottom is just all hills, you know, the bottom of the ocean. It's not flat like most of the area is around there. So it's actually very hard to fish over there if you don't know what you're doing. And I was probably about day two, I was cleaning the deck because as we're fishing, the deck gets very messy, you know, with shells, seaweed, anything else that you're not catching and whatnot. So over a period of time, it accumulates. So you go, you know, clean it up, throw everything that's trash, you know, in the trash, and whatever goes overboard, you know, goes back. And all of a sudden, I just started hearing this noise. All right. And the noise wasn't normal noise. Like I said, I've been out on the ocean for a long time, 8 years, 9 years now, 200 days out of the year. I know what a dolphin sounds like. I know what a whale sounds like, because when you're out there fishing, your front row, National Geographic, you know, whales are breaching 30 feet away from you. You're catching the spray, the mist. You're watching maybe 100 dolphins in the pods swimming together at 4 o'clock in the morning like they always do, playing in the waves. You know, you see this. It's not normal. So I heard this noise and I went to go check it out. It was weird, you know, so I pulled out my phone, which is probably the best thing I could have done, you know?
So us 90, and we just out here. We're chilling. We're out here I hear it. I hear him. Where's she at? What the fuck is that noise, bro? What is that noise? Where are you?
I was so fascinated. It was just, I didn't know what it is. I wanted to find out what was making it, you know, so I just started running around the boat trying to find it, you know, and it was coming from all directions at certain points. Certain points, I was looking over here with my phone. I heard it in this direction, north, and then all of a sudden it's behind me now. So that was like the first initial encounter. You know, it was just a normal day fishing. I went out there to clean the deck, and all of a sudden these noises started surrounding the boat. And when I tell you surrounded, I get goosebumps when I talk about it, because it's just a crazy experience. Like all around me, surrounded.
Yeah, you can
screams
hear
coming from
that.
here. I go to check it out over here. I hear another one. I'm running to this side. If you saw the video, you see me darting all over the boat. You know, it's that, and that was the prologue to the story. That's how it all started.
Yeah. Was it more than one? Obviously, it sounds like it was more than one.
It sounded like it. And the thing about this pitch was so high. I know a lot of people will see it. They're like, oh, that's the wind blowing through the cables. I've never heard the noise that ever happening on the boat in all my years. The wind doesn't cut through the cable and make a noise. It doesn't whistle. That really doesn't happen. I could feel the noise vibrating in me. Like you could feel the boat. It was vibrating through the hull. Like everything was just unfamiliar. That's the only way I can describe it.
That's pretty incredible.
Crazy.
Because I looked at whale sounds and compared them to your video, and I'm sorry, like they are not the same. The ones that you recorded are very human-esque, and it sounds like a female, like a human female.
It sounds
so
like
eerie.
human vocal cords. Like the thing about dolphins is they speak with a lot of clicks. They speak with a lot of high pitches. There's no long drowning out noises. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll catch them from a humpback whale. But you know, people say, "Oh, it's a humpback whale." Humpback whales aren't over there. You know, in that time of the year. Humpback whales, a lot of whales migrate in that time of the year to warmer parts or colder parts, you know? So it's just, and whales are big. If they're making a noise and you can hear it, that means they're out of the water. You should be able to see them. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's such a good point.
So wild.
Oh, I got the
Yeah, 'cause I'm-
checklist. I got the checklist. Everything
you
that's
do.
normal that could have happened. I went through the whole checklist. I'm like, if it was a whale, I would have seen it. Like this. When you check off all those boxes on that checklist and there's nothing else, then it's got to be what we all think and know in our hearts for it to be, you know?
Yeah.
The ocean
It's
is
so
a mystery.
interesting. It's like wild because you said you felt the sound go through you. There's actually been like some therapies where people use like sound on like broken bones and stuff, and it actually heals quicker. And then like the dolphin assisted births where like the dolphins go in and use their like, is it
Echolocation
sonar?
and stuff.
Echolo-
Echolocation
Yeah,
and sonar,
and-
yes.
Yeah, and like they have like basically like painless births, and the children actually they say were smarter. Like they came
Smarter,
out-
IQs were through the roof.
Yeah.
Everything, it's crazy. It's crazy. I went down that hole too. That was a few days. And
That was after
and-
Gerald.
What do you think
Gerald's
about
Gerald's
Gerald?
out here doing his own thing, man.
He's building an empire under the water, okay?
He's building those underground bases for the mermaids.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
but if we're talking about dolphins, I did read a comment. Someone was like, dolphins and humans are what created mermaids. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, obviously we have our own ideas of like where
No,
mermaids came from,
mermaid
but-
sirens came from the fallen angels, man. People got
Okay, that's where we are too. So
Yeah,
that's
you got to
cool.
do a little bit of research. Yeah, it's cool and it's easy to think that, you know what I mean? But they're their own entity, you know what I mean? I have this belief whether they were here first or they're not from here, they're an extraterrestrial. That's from my own experiences. Whatever lives in the water as a quote unquote siren or a mermaid is extraterrestrial, because I've been out in the ocean and I've seen orbs come out of the ocean, stop, split into 2 or 3 orbs, and then go shoot off into space. You know, we know nothing about the ocean. If people can say aliens can go to planet to planet, why can't they withstand the pressure of the ocean and build a base there?
Oh yeah,
That's
totally.
great logic. And like, honestly, yeah, I mean, yes, to what you were saying before with mermaids coming from the Nephilim, like the wives of the Watchers who birthed the Nephilim, they were sentenced. In the book of Enoch, yes, it says, turn into sirens, right? And in the Bible, it talks so much about the abyss and the depths. Like, that's the ocean. Like, things are down there. It talks about knees bowing down there. It talks about entities being down there. It talks about sea monsters coming out of it.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you probably know this, but NASA used to explore the ocean.
Before they
And then they
started
pulled
exploring
out.
space.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, we got to go look up. But I think really that's a distraction to have us look up. We think most everything's coming out from underneath, just like you said with the orbs. People have documented UFOs coming out of the water. Like, you know,
the
ships
stories
with
go
multiple people.
on, and there's so many, you know, and it's just you gotta take the the blindfold off that everybody else tries to put over you for a second and actually try to make some like educated guesses yourself. Do a little bit of research. You know, if people did that a little more instead of just basically jumping to conclusion, you know, this I believe we'd be able to come together as a group and figure things out on our own and not need the other BS from, you know, Big G, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so going back to your story, you catch this on live, which also
Yes.
gives it a lot of credibility. People don't know.
Yes.
These are live videos, okay? He was not faking this. Genuine reaction. You could tell on your face and your reaction, like you are freaking out. So you have this video, it goes viral, and then your TikTok gets shut down. Is that correct?
Yes. So as soon as I came in, because I was close enough to Nantucket where I had phone service. That's why I was able to go live. I was able to catch the service from land. As soon as we get home, I post a video, do a little edits, yada yada yada, put a little filter on it, whatever. Post it. It goes to 2 million in like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Like
Oh my God.
like 30 minutes, just that video. I said, holy shit, right? So so I posted as a story, right, to get some extra, you know, extra views and stuff. When I posted as a story, boom, my TikTok's banned, account done for misleading information, all community guidelines violations, a whole bunch, right? So I'm like, okay. Thought it was a mistake, tried to appeal it, didn't work. I'm like, whatever, you know. I guess I got to start from scratch. Started from scratch. Reposted the video. In like another 2 hours, I had like over 100,000 followers, and that video was right back up to 2 million. So, and then they did it again. So I actually recover from when they banned me very well. So when I used to get so mad about it, now I don't care.
Well,
But
people are going to find you.
Yeah.
it was really a struggle because I'm sitting there just trying to show everybody what I witnessed. And I had about 16K people in that live that day, in one live, just who all saw it as well and heard these noises. So for me to get banned, it was kind of like a big light bulb going off. I'm like, okay, I'm dealing with something a lot more serious than what I think it is, you know? And as soon as that happened, next time I went on the boat, which was less than a day after that. So I came in, posted the video, went to bed, woke up, went to the boat, government was there. Noah was there. Noah came on our boat. They said, your boat has been randomly selected to do a government ocean survey.
Mm-hmm.
Randomly selected. I said, okay. Cool. They're like, yeah, we're gonna pay you $5,000 a lag. I was like, oh, okay, sign me up. Shit. Okay. So we go on our first lag. So what happens is they bring scientists, like lab coat scientists. They bring military personnel. Talking about dudes on my boat with AR-14s. Like for what? You know what I mean? What the heck is going on? We're not allowed to take out our phones on deck. We're not allowed to do a whole bunch of stuff. Got to sign these waivers. Make a long story short, they have this computer. So what this computer does is it randomizes a general location every like 10 minutes. And where that location is, the boat has to go there, and we got to drop our dredge down, and we got to sift the bottom of the ocean. And whatever is picked up in the dredge, the scientists got to go through all of it. They say they're looking for new species and things like this and whatnot. So I ended up, when everybody was sleeping, taking my phone out, going and searching around, and come to find out they have a whole metal bed in this lab. They have IVs, like medical things, like if you're just checking out fish, I get you. You want to come check out new species of fish? No problem. But don't think everybody here is stupid. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't need to set up a gurney, IVs, you know, have first aid, you know, for I don't know. It was way too many coincidences.
It sounds like
point.
mermaid hunting at this point, you know.
Which they do.
Or
they
trying
do
to.
that.
And at the same point, this was actually around the exact same time they were dropping bombs in the Gulf of Mexico as well. This is like the same exact, maybe within that week, that was going on.
Wow. Maybe trying to drive something out of that area or something.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. I mean, we don't believe in coincidences, and like that is just
No.
way too coincidental. Like and I know
I'll believe in
you're
one,
smarter.
not many in sequence.
Right. Okay. So let's get into the sequence. So your video goes viral. You get banned on TikTok several times. You build it back up. Then the government shows up and randomly selects your boat, commandeers it for what, a month?
They commandeered it for about 4 weeks, about a month. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're having you guys drive them around.
Yep.
And the
I
fact
was
that they
only
had
allowed to
guns is
do
really strange.
1 week of that because so I did the first week of the leg. We came home. Now we're allowed to be home for a day. I went to go get my check from my captain's house. Now my captain lives in a very rural, woodsy area, twisty, turny roads, no street lights, none of that. So I'm on my way home, and there's a car on the opposite side with his high beams on, runs me off the road. I go into a ditch and into a tree. They had to cut me out the car. The other car drove off, didn't stop.
Yeah,
And
that's
I wasn't
super
allowed
sketchy.
to go on the rest of that lag with the government because my leg was broken. I had a few broken ribs and stuff. So
You've
that's
been
another
snooping around.
They tried to take your boy out, bro. I ain't playing.
Yeah,
Like,
they
this
did.
is real shit. This is
We
real
believe that.
shit.
Yeah, we
And
absolutely believe that.
That's terrifying.
it is. And at the same time, the whole time I'm recovering at my house, there's unmarked cars outside. There's a ton of things that they were at the docks. There was guys in suits coming up and asking for me, and they're like, "Oh, he's not here. He's at home. He has a broken leg," and things like this. It's just that was a very, very crazy part of the whole experience. That's when I knew, I'm like, all right, this is really real. I know a little bit too much now. And I kind of like shied away from it for a little bit. You know what I mean? Because at that point, it was just too much. It was just too much. Too many things
Understandable.
happened in like a month span because of this one video that I posted. You know what I mean?
That's scary. Yeah, actually, I was one of the people that thought you might be dead too.
Yeah,
There was a huge rumor.
The thing is, people were making these news articles like saying that I had died in the car crash, and it had gotten like way out of hand, like to some point where I got like people calling me up who are like my boys and shit, like, "Oh, dude, like you're dead, right?" I'm like, "What do you mean? You over my house yesterday? What do you mean I'm dead?" You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big rumor. Yeah, because you went dark for a while. Obviously, we see why. Like, I probably would have done the same. It's very scary. I know you have a
Yeah,
family too, so you're thinking of other people, not just yourself. And then during that time, you said you were getting phone calls and letters as well as people showing up to the docks asking for you and saying to stop what you're doing and threatening
Yeah.
you. Is that correct?
Yep.
Wow.
They weren't threatening me with words. They were letting me know that they were there watching.
Gotcha.
They were making it obvious to me to in a sense of words, put it in a perspective. But
Man, do I smell the CIA
Yeah.
all over this one?
Silent intimidation.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And you know what? It works. It
Yeah.
works because when you realize how much power they actually have, like they were at my boat in less than 24 hours after I posted that video. Now, which makes sense because it got a lot of views, and out of those 2 million views or whatever, somebody's got to be government affiliated. You know what I mean? So that's how I boiled that down. But yeah, I need to take a little bit of break after that.
Yeah.
It is scary because I feel like they threaten all sorts of crazy things. Like I've heard stories where they're like, "Oh, well, if you don't comply, your house is now going to be like a drug like factory," Or
Look what happened to Alex, the guy who saw the giants.
The giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. When you talk about giants, that your life is definitely in danger. And I feel like mermaids
They're
are in the
right
same
there.
boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no pun intended.
But if you think about it, they're in the same net. But if you think about it, they do tie together. If you go back to that Genesis 6 conspiracy,
Yeah.
like giants and sirens, like it's all part of that same vein of thinking.
They're all
so-
interlinked together, man. And the thing is, it's a lot bigger than just mermaids. It's a lot bigger than just the sirens. That's just a little small, minuscule thing. You know what I mean? That just happens to be current just because of what I posted. But it goes so much deeper. It goes so much deeper. People spinning globes, like laughing, like globes.
Yeah.
Earth's flat.
Oh, I know.
Stop. Please, just do like.
She should ask
I don't like to impress or impose these thoughts on people, but I also do like to ask the people who believe why you believe this. Why do you believe? Well, that's what I've been shown my whole life. You kind of just answered your own question there, pal, and mine.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we flat Earth topic. That's one of our favorites. Is that what you're
Ask
talking
a
about?
pilot.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
or anyone that shoots long distance.
Long distance shooters, missiles, lasers, none of it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Water's always level. You know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we can go on this one. We just had a guest fly out from Chicago who's an expert on this topic, and we did a 2-part episode on this. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, people believe it because it's just indoctrination. It's what we've been told, what we've been shown. But, all those images are fake, so.
You gotta, every picture of the Earth on Google is hand painted. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it is. Made
They
in
admit
a
it.
computer program.
They
They do
admit
admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
They say they doctor them up.
I've seen the TED Talks with the guy who actually drew the picture. He's like, "Why not? I know it's my drawing. I did it." It's
Yeah.
just, once you have these certain people breaking away from the common way of thinking, everybody goes into it's just like the Joker said in Batman. People lose their mind.
They
It's
do.
just,
They do.
it's
And
'cause
they shoot the messenger, It's like, hey,
yeah.
like for you just had an experience. You weren't out there necessarily looking to become the quote unquote mermaid guy.
No,
It just happened to you, and you were so smart to go live, So
because that's really hard to dispute. You're like, well, this is live. It's not like I'm able to plan
it's not like I
this
took
whole
this
production.
home and I Steven Spielberg did with CGI and AI in my computer. No, I was live. I was there.
You weren't in a warehouse with the rover for the moon landing.
exactly.
Right. We
Yeah.
need more sand over there in warehouse too.
Yeah. We need some more cement dust.
Come on, the Russians are beating us. Come on.
So true.
I love it. Okay, so going back to your story timeline. So now you're getting not threats, but people are contacting you.
Correct.
Things are getting
This
spooky.
is why I'm not fishing right now. I'm my leg's broken in 2 places, so I had to take some time off. And during that time off is when I started really diving deep into, okay, what the fuck did I just come across? Like, let's go. Let's Book of Enoch, Reddit. Fuck the whole thing, cover to cover, just trying to understand the situation that I was put in by myself. You know what I mean? So it's just when that whole thing happened, it was almost kind of like a ray of light too, because at the same time I was like, now I can be that person. Because now I just feel like my whole goal in life is just to prove that we're not alone by any means necessary. If it's me taking out my phone on the ocean here and there while I'm out fishing, fine, I can totally do that. If it's me, going to Cantinflas Mansion, Mermaid Mansion, going doing a vlog there, staying there for a week, that's what I got to do.
Are you planning that?
It's already in the works.
Heck yeah.
That'll be
that's
amazing.
exciting.
Can we pause and talk more about that? Because I wasn't super familiar with what that was. I knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know the whole story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to share a little bit on that?
So I found out about Mermaid Mansion just from doing just research. Coming to find out, there was this actor / comedian who lived in Mexico. He was obsessed with sirens because he believed he saw one. I believe as a teenager or an adult, and he built his house right on the ocean, and he has a pool there that leads right out to the ocean. And he says, like, the mermaids would come and they would talk to him, and he was obsessed.
That's wild. They talk to him.
I'm obsessed. I feel like
telepathically?
I'm being drawn to this place. I don't know how. I don't know why. It's just on my mind 24/7. Like, it's
Are you going with the
crazy
group?
how obsessed I am.
Don't go by yourself.
No.
Need a group.
See, I have a guide. Like, I've been talking. At first, I was trying to talk to the people who own the house. You know what I mean? Because the house is owned by a private owner. So I was going through all that, email and everything else. Come to find out, somebody was scamming me. I almost gave him $30,000. So yeah. So now I found a real guide in Mexico. We're gonna sneak in. I don't even care. We're gonna sneak in and we're just gonna go. We're just gonna see what
I've seen
happens.
people do that. Yeah.
On a raft, you just and a lot of it it looks like it was ruined or destroyed. Was it a hurricane that went through and destroyed some of the stuff?
It's been abandoned for a while. It's right on the water, literally right on the ocean. So it does have some damage and stuff, but it's just the vibe I want to see. It's just, I want to stand there. I want to swim in that pool. There's some things I need to do for myself, I feel, in that house.
Sure.
Okay, if you go swimming in the pool, though, put a chain around you.
She's scared you're gonna be taken.
Don't get taken. Don't get eaten.
Yeah, can't wear no jewelry in there, man.
Yeah,
No
don't offer
shiny
yourself as a
things.
sacrifice.
Definitely a GoPro live the whole time.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a
Any
good
question
idea.
about it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. I can't wait to hear that.
Well, Corey, you were like telling me too a little bit earlier about like how he like got the plans for the house and all of that. And that
Okay,
was wild.
So I don't know if this is the true story behind Cantinflas, but when I did my research into him, I was reading how he apparently was approached by some sort of like witch, but it was a
like
male witch. It was
a shaman or a
warlock?
bruja or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. And he came to Cantinflas and was like, hey, I know you have this desire to, I believe it was like marry a mermaid. Like he had this really weird like fetish with them. And he's like, if you want to meet them, I have the blueprints for this house and you have to build it in this certain way in this certain area and they will come to you. Have you heard that?
I have. I have. And it's crazy just because like for someone to go through that much trouble and invest that much on just a thought, a myth, no, man, it has to be a reason. There has to be something solid. There's pictures going around now of a mermaid sighting at Cantinflas, but I can't really look at anything now because AI is just everywhere. It's just, I don't know. It's
annoying.
everywhere right now, and I don't even know what's real and what's not. You know what I mean? It's that bad.
I would say like 99% of the mermaid stuff online is AI. Unfortunately, it makes it so annoying for us that like really except for yours. Okay, question though. Did you? You definitely have you win. You have the trophy for sure. The best footage ever. Which I want to get more into, but have you ever seen the footage from 17 years ago? There was a diver in Australia and he's just sitting down there, he's by the Great Barrier Reef and he's sitting on the base of the ocean and he's filming up and a mermaid comes up behind him like really fast and he screams. You could hear him in his mask and he didn't even know at the time it was a mermaid till he watched the footage back on his computer when he got home.
Oh, wow.
But it is the most realistic, aside from yours, footage of mermaid because how fast it's swimming, its
so
arms
fast.
are freakishly long.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to send it to you. So
yeah, if you could send it to me, I'd love to see it. I would love to see that.
I'll send it. And he went back because after he realized what he saw, he actually went back to the same location, sat down there and waited. Another mermaid came up. It's a different day. And she looked different, like had a different shaped tail. So it wasn't the same one, but right over him. And he breaks us. And I had seen his videos circulating on YouTube, but I just last night saw the video that he put together, the guy that filmed it, and he breaks the whole thing down about how he went about it, what happened. And it's very convincing. And he was just a diver, just chilling, just filming fish. So I'll send it to you, but it looks exactly like the footage you got.
Mm-hmm.
The one that you're up in the boat, you're filming
you said
in the
he was
water.
in Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In Australia by the Great Barrier Reef. It wasn't super deep water. I would say maybe 30 feet, if I can guess based on how
when
high.
I had my interactions, I was only maybe, 90 feet of water. It wasn't nothing great, crazy to fish in, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
That's probably the reason why I heard it so well.
Right, because it was close to the surface.
Closer to the surface.
Yeah. But then also, you have a footage of one of them popping its head up over a wave. So that's
and the
wild.
thing is, I was recording the damn sunset. I didn't even see that till after. Like that was that same trip, right? With all that sun, I'm like, oh, that's a nice sunset. I just a little record, you know what I mean? Post some happy thoughts, post it on TikTok, get a few good vibe, So all of a sudden, I slowed it down. I see something pink pop up over the water.
Yeah.
I screenshotted it, right? You clear as day. You can't mix this up. You see the face, you see the eyes. As the swell comes over her body, you see her tail at the end fanning out like this. Like that has to be my hardest evidence besides the bone back there. But
Wait, do you have it with you?
yeah, it's in the corner.
Okay, I was gonna ask before the show if you would have it on, but then I was like, I don't want to be annoying because I know you keep it
No,
like probably
please.
off location.
Listen, people ask me crazy things all the time. If it's mermaid related or anything, I have my experience. I have no problem. The story doesn't
Okay.
get old. I'll tell it 100 times till the day I die.
And I will say,
I'm kind of shocked that you still have it. I mean, I'm surprised.
Oh, I wouldn't get rid of that for anything. When I touch it, the hairs go up on my arms. Like it's that to me is like my trophy.
Okay, we were watching one of your lives and you were talking about like working out and like how you feel like you're healing faster and all that. Do you
Yeah.
think it's from the, like you rub the magic mermaid tail?
I don't think it was the mermaid tail. I think it was the experiences
The
I've had as
sounds?
a whole. Because
Okay.
ever since this has happened to me, like I've just, I don't know, my body's changed. I've changed. It's little things you notice. You know what I mean? Oh shit, healing quicker. I'm like, oh shit. Like, just little things that you think are crazy and don't even want to mention to other people. But when you start thinking about it, like none of these things really happened to me. Like I couldn't sing fucking for shit before like, like this shit
you
happened.
couldn't sing.
Now I'm releasing albums, doing music, having
You're
fun. It's
really good.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, your music is really good.
No, it's crazy.
It's like it's amazing.
I appreciate it. I really do. But this was never my, I was never into that stuff or didn't know I could do it like that or like, I don't know. I've broken my leg, broken leg in 2 places, healed in 2 months. I was back to work. I broke my fibia and tibia, 2 months, supposed to have screws in it. The doctor said, I've never seen this in my life. I'm like, do I need screws?
Oh, I
He's
wonder
like,
if it's
no.
a sound healing, the healing sound.
But
it's just still like
they
reverberating
do say
in
about
your
frequencies. They say if a cat is on your arm purring while it's broken, it'll heal about 2 times faster because of just the frequency and the vibrations. Yeah. But
Fascinating.
It is.
a lot of things in my life have
yeah.
changed because this. It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned like healing and then like you said like your physique's changing. So I was watching, you had a live like back in May. I didn't watch it live, but I watched the recording of it. Someone posted. And as you were talking, I was like, all right, Ryan's been in the gym, like lifting, like he looks jacked.
No.
And then you said you have not been working out. I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. So we want the secret sauce for this. Like, we don't have to go in the gym.
We don't want to work out.
On the boat. You scared. That's what you
Right.
got.
I'm going to have to take all the
double life
what
vest you,
technology.
what I mean? We'll get you off. You'll just be like this out there, but you'll be fine. You'll float.
Perfect.
Sure.
Corey's just going to be bobbing out in the ocean. It's fine. We can put you in a shark cage.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's like on my bucket list to do. They have them up here in the Cape where I'm from all the time in the summertime.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I do have this crazy theory about like sharks though. Okay, so right around the time that NASA stopped exploring the ocean, Jaws came out. Like I think the second Jaws came out right around that time. So I was just thinking, because my daughter, I have 2 girls, she said to me, this is a question, I wrote it down because I thought it was funny. She said, do cows or do sharks kill more people in a year?
Do cows or sharks?
Like, which animal kills more people in a year? And the answer is cows.
No way.
Because
Yes.
of like diseases?
No, just like, I don't know, maybe getting like rodeo or trampled. I don't know. Like,
You
bull rush,
imagine the cow just falling on you? And that's how you go?
or maybe you're like,
Well, cow
ran
tippers,
over.
I'm sure someone's died from cow tipping. They went the wrong,
On the other side.
Yeah.
But it like,
That's a cute
it
question.
totally made me think of that though. Like, sharks probably like aren't as dangerous as they want you to
They're
believe. Like,
not.
the movies,
You
the
gotta- you gotta-
propaganda.
you gotta Understand
Keeping
when
you
you
out of
go
the
out in
water.
the water, that's theirs. Like you're new. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's where they live. That's their territory. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying it's like almost like fear mongering of like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
cows kill more people than sharks. That's interesting. NASA stops exploring the ocean right around the time all these movies about shark attacks and all of these come out because they're like trying to keep you out of the water. You can't talk to dolphins. You can't interact with them. You can't be around them. It's just
They
interesting.
try
like, all
to
these
try to
things.
feed you little things so
Uh-huh.
that your mind is desensitized, so that when you really see it, it's like That's why 10 months after my experience, Luca came out.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, good.
They worked mighty fast on
point.
that.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Little Mermaid 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Interesting.
they always do it. They always try to desensitize you to the things where they think, oh, pit bulls are the worst dogs in the world. Dalmatians on record have the most biting of people ever. You know, so they
Mhm.
always do this. They've always been trying to manipulate the mind and scare the mind. It's that's why I
Yeah.
love now everybody's got a phone. Everybody has the opportunity to go look up the real facts if they wanted to. Sit down, read a book. You know what I mean? And a lot more people are doing that now because
love that too. And
they're sick of the BS.
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And how the fact that we can all connect now, which really helps,
That's
connect the
probably what
dots.
the most thing they're scared about.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if we ever came
Exactly.
together, we outnumber them any day.
Mm-hmm.
Any day. Wow. Okay, so let's go back to this tale. So you guys dredged up a very unique bone that you've never seen
Yeah.
before. So tell us about that
Yes.
whole story.
It was in Nantucket Sound. It was after the whole government came on. It was maybe about just as I got back onto the boat, we went to the same spot again. And that was the time when, I don't know if you guys saw, the noise followed us back to the dock. And I
Okay,
was
that
sitting there and I
video-
was unloading.
Gave me nightmares.
That scared me.
Scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. Came into shore, inland. I'm sitting there hooking up cages and I hear this noise. I see my buddy Dave, rest in peace, Dave, man. He's like, what is that? I'm like, Dave, you know what that is? And out here though? I'm like, yes, it's my girlfriend, Dave. He's like,
It was
but
so... Here we go. Yeah.
also on that trip, this bone came up. I put it aside because bones, they come up all the time. We're digging through the bottom of the ocean for days on end. Crazy things come up. Crazy things. You guys
human
wouldn't
bones?
imagine.
Or
But-
animal bones.
Oh, animal bones, human bones. You know,
What?
car license plates, the fold down trays on airlines. You know, like
Oh, wow. Plane crashes.
yeah,
That's
you know.
crazy.
Feminine entertainment toys. I found one of them in the ocean too. Pick one of them things up.
Wait, have you ever?
One of the mermaids
the
is
guys on the
pissed.
boat.
That's why
Look.
they're coming after... Ryan, this is why they're coming after you. The mermaids are like, hello, you took our toy.
Bro, we haven't even gotten to the dreams yet. The dreams.
Oh, we want to hear
crazy.
because we have theories on this. But go ahead.
And
Okay, sorry. Stay on the bone.
Sorry, but the bone. I found the bone, and I knew it was like weird. I've caught other bones before. So I brought that to the Whaling Museum where I live. So where I live in New Bedford and where I fish out of used to be back in the day the whaling center of the world. Okay, Moby Dick was written in my city about our city.
Wow.
So like the whaling capital of the world. Everybody that got their oil for their lamps and everything, lanterns back then, all their blubber came from New Bedford. So they have the Whaling Museum there. Made an appointment to speak with the marine biologist to ask him what this is. Because I had never seen anything like that. And maybe I just wanted to know. I'm like, oh, it might be some cool whale or something like that. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is shaped like a fucking mermaid tail, right? Because that's when all the things were happening. It's still very fresh in my brain. So I take it there. I wait like a month. They hit me back. I schedule an appointment. I bring it. First thing he says, where did you get this? Well, I told him, off the coast of Nantucket, maybe 50 miles, off the shoals. He starts taking pictures, takes out measurements. I have a whole video of it on my TikTok. He's, where did I get it? Starts emailing his colleagues. I'd never seen nothing like this. Do you mind if I take this? Can I have this? Yada, yada, yada. I said, no, I'd like to keep it. I'm still getting emails from colleges asking me if they can take this thing.
Absolutely.
Doesn't know what it is. This is a marine biologist. He wasn't no young marine biologist either. He was an older man. He's been doing this for years. All he does is marine biology, and he couldn't tell me what that was.
I remember the video. You have it on. Was it a live recording when you were there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
live recording, and then I edited it just to make it a little shorter for a post.
Shorter.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that. He was doing everything he said, taking pictures, measuring it, texting me,
Yeah.
phone calls, and he asked if you could keep it, which you were so smart to say no.
No,
And then didn't they
I'd never
say
get
they
it
want
back.
You would never get it back, just like the
Never get
giant
it back.
bones. Didn't they say they want a sample of it now?
Yeah, they're asking now for a sample of it, but I don't even know if I want to even do that. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, I can scrape off some dust off of it and give
That's
it
what I
to
was
them in a
thinking. Get a
petri dish.
Q-tip.
But like, yeah, But you guys want to see it? I'll show it to you.
But
Yes,
even
please.
you might not even want to do that because it's like, with Ancestry.com, you take your Q-tip and put your spit on it, and then you like never get your own DNA back.
Oh, they would never.
Yeah, now
probably
the
would.
government's got you locked in too.
I know. Okay, so
Here, he has it.
this mermaid. Okay, I'm gonna call it a
So when
mermaid
I
bone because
got
that's
this-
what it looks like.
It broke off, but it fit into it like this.
Whoa.
Okay?
Okay, that's
and now-
wild.
The
Now,
video
you see how
that
it's
you were
yellowing?
talking about, remember?
And starting to, it's malleable. It's not bone. It's not cartilage. It's like something in between. It's most of the bones I get from the whales, they're very chalky. I rub it. I got white stuff on my hands. This is not, I can, look, I got the goosebumps going. God
Ooh.
damn it.
Okay. I got a question
But-
though. So the video that Corey's gonna send you of the mermaid in Australia, the tail looked just like that. Like the base was like super narrow. Like
Right,
more
that's
narrow
what
than
I'm
like
like,
two ankles together.
It's a small tail from what I would normally think, but it could be like a juvenile or maybe there's just extra stuff around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Like,
would be my guess. Like the cartilage, like fin, like
Yeah.
skin.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what
Do you
I
think that if
But
you like grab
this
seawater
thing is-
and put it in it, it would like preserve it?
it's the thing is, like, nothing's happening to it.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
so preserved. I haven't done nothing to it. It's just starting to yellow here, and it smells like the ocean, but it is still intact. No,
That's wild.
nothing. And normal bones start to decompose over time. We're left with air. Nothing. This
Yeah.
is my
That
passage, my right of way.
Yeah.
That's
And you
a-
better go put that somewhere else and hide it. Undisclosed
wild.
location.
That's cool that it had like it's almost like,
Vertebrae.
yeah, like a fish.
Well, like you said, it really does look like the video,
Yeah.
the Australian, because like, yeah,
Mhm.
like a human ankles and feet couldn't fit in the narrowness of where the end of the tail and the fin met. So like
Mhm.
what you just showed us looks so much like the footage that we saw.
Yeah,
These
I'd
mermaids.
love if you could remember to send me that video. I'd love
I will
to take a look at
100%.
it, please.
I will 100% send it to you. Yeah.
Wild.
Okay, that's crazy. So
I got fucking
Yes, definitely
goosebumps. I
hide
got
that away.
goosebumps everywhere. Every time I touch that thing, the hairs
see,
on the
there's something
back of my
to
neck
that. Okay,
stand up.
so talking more of like the supernatural side of it, like it does seem that you have a connection with them for sure because they're coming to you and they're wanting to get your attention, following you all the way into the docks, having
And-
repeated
and
encounters.
the crazy thing about that is, I think there's a reason, and the reason is because I didn't jump in. Because she tried to lure me, and I didn't jump in.
You're the one
Now
that got
there's-
away.
That's what. Then there's like myths about it. Like if I don't know, but it's just it makes sense because it's not. This isn't like a one-time experience for me. Now every time I go out in the ocean, I either hear something in the background or I see something, or it's just so. I guess my eyes are more open now. I'm more sensitive. I feel like a little kid talking to his imaginary friend every time I go out on the ocean. You know what I mean? It's. I'm so in tuned out there. It's crazy.
Well, when we did this deep dive into mermaids, we came across what is known as the marine kingdom and how there's, spiritual entities that live in the water. And there's something called like it's like a mermaid spirit, like marine spirit.
Mhm. The
And
mommy water.
The mommy
or-
water
Mhm.
of Africa. There's like, again, we had said in the beginning, it's like a worldwide phenomenon, but how they can come to you like in your sleep. They can kind of haunt you in a way. So when you said this in your experience, that like really did put the pieces together because we're like, wow, like there are deliverance ministers that like help deliver people from demonic possession or oppression. And they do talk about water spirits being one of the entities that can do this.
Mhm.
So I would love to hear your experience with like your dreams and everything.
So I found the bone, started fishing regularly, started hearing it here and there when I was fishing, started seeing things. When I'd see things, I'd take a picture of it or see something swim by, I'd take a video of it. But every time I'd be out in the ocean and I would fall asleep, I would have the most vivid dreams. And then when I tell you vivid, I'm talking about just feeling like I'm just sinking in the ocean and just having mermaid hands all around me, long hands, long fingers, webbed, just touching me and just in many types of ways, sexual ways. My dreams were always sexual with the mermaids on the boat. Always.
Yep.
Always. When it was going on and it was so real. I felt like a creep. I felt like one of these old fishermen who got the curtain up when they go to bed. It's just like, it was just bad. It was just, in the point where when I came home, it was the same thing. Like, I'd be in the shower, I'd hear the noise loud as I can hear it, as if I was on the boat that same day it happened. Like, it really took a number on my mental and my psyche for me to try to break the barrier of what's going on in reality and then what's happening out in the ocean. Because like I told you, I'd be at home, I'd hear that siren, mermaid, scream, song, yell, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, sitting down watching TV. Now, I'd still live right by the ocean, you know what I mean? So it's just, there's many things that come into play with that, but it's just the mental effect it had on me. Like, and when I'm out there listening to the noises and I'm hearing closer in my brain, like I'm hearing closer, come closer in my brain as I'm hearing all this other stuff. Now I'm thinking I'm going crazy. Now when I really think about it, it's just, that was just another way that they can connect with me. So it's just, it took a lot, you know, I had to talk to somebody about it, because at the same time, like, I'm only one guy and it's a lot to go through this whole experience. At first, it was just horrible. I was like, I try to explain it like I was like I just got my like clairvoyance as like a witch or something. I have to learn my powers and I'm just all over the place. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle as a person. And I didn't know how to deal with it at all. It was
that ain't
scary.
no whale.
It was
That's
scary
for
at
sure.
first.
I mean, a seasoned fisherman like yourself, that's not a whale sound. You know what I
No.
mean? That would never affect you that way. Mentally,
No,
emotionally,
you'd
spiritually.
Yeah, because we went out
Whales
whaling.
are
Yeah, you would see a huge whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't have dreams of whales or,
Yeah, and you wouldn't have dreams or be tortured by it. And I will say, so we've done a lot of research into paranormal things, like spooky topics for sure. The mermaid topic, hands down, scares me the most. I don't know what it is about it, but when I was listening to your videos of them screaming, singing, whatever it is, I was like spooked out. Like at night, I didn't like to get up and walk my house at night in the dark because I would hear it in my head. Not like
know how
you
many
did,
people
but
have
it was
told me
like
the
it was
same
haunting.
thing?
Really?
Watching my videos, they're like, yo, I watched your videos. This is what I either hear. I watched your video, and after I turned my phone off, I just kept hearing that noise. Or all I wanted to do was watch your video just to hear the noise again. Like, it does something to the human brain, that pitch, that frequency, whatever it is, it does something. It really does.
It's interesting that it
100%
draws
agree.
some and repels others. Like, isn't that interesting though,
I think
too?
that's
Like,
built on as the person and how
Yeah.
they're built and how they're able to
process.
process the whatever it is, how they deal with it in their own, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I heard you say like when you were on the boat and you heard it coming from all directions, to you it was a beautiful sound, and to other
I
people
was
it's
not
not.
scared. And that's the thing. I think it goes along just like how she said it's different for everybody. You know, that's how I feel it is. Depending on maybe the type of person you are, or depending on your background, where you're from, or just depending how open minded you are, maybe, you know?
Right.
Speaking of background, has anyone like in your family, anybody else in your family that you know of, like seen or heard mermaids, like grandparents, aunts, uncles?
So my mother's from the Azores. It's a little bunch of cluster of islands off the coast of Portugal. And as a kid, you know, they're very superstitious about the water. Portuguese Azorians are very superstitious about the water. My mother, don't wear your gold chain in the water. Don't wear nothing shiny in the water. Every time I go out in the water, she'd just be very, you know, scared. Everybody in my family scared of the water. You know what I mean? It's just how they're brought up. These stories go back long time, you know, and they believe them.
Yeah, that's what people I think in the Western world don't fully understand, is that there's so many cultures now today, like you're saying, it's intertwined, it's ingrained in them, it's part of their lineage. They all truly believe it, and there are people that worship these water gods, if you will. They go into the water and they pay homage to them. Like, this is still going on in 2026.
Absolutely, you know? And for it to still be going on, it amazes me. I love it. You know what I mean? It just shows you that some ideas that are so strong probably will never die.
Right. And it would have died, I feel like, if it was not real, if
true.
it was just a myth.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so this just popped in my head. Okay, so when you were on the boat for that 1 week, when Noah was there with their lab telling you guys you
Yes.
can't film, they were armed, like very suspicious. That was one of those nights was the night you were sleeping in your bunk and you heard a knocking, I believe, on the bottom of the boat.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Walk us through this night.
So my bunk, I sleep on the top because so my boat is a top floor and there's an underlying floor in the galley where people sleep. I sleep on the top floor with the captain and the first mate because I'm deck boss, and the rest of the deck hands they sleep on the bottom. So I have my own room. I got big TV, got a little palace on this boat. So I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden, there's a bang, bang, bang on the side of where the hull is, because I sleep right on the edge of the boat, right on the side. Loud, loud, loud. And when I go up to see what that noise was, that's when I caught those two things swimming on the side of the boat. Everybody was asleep. I was the person who woke up everybody on that boat and said, y'all need to come in the wheelhouse right now and look at this. That's why you hear people talking in the background. Everybody was asleep. I woke everybody up. I said, fuck this.
How
I ain't
long
going to be
were
the only
they
person
there?
up here.
How long
Excuse
did
me,
they
I'm
stay
sorry.
on the side? Sorry, how long did they stay on the side of the boat?
Oh,
Were they there for a while?
it's it seemed like forever, to be totally honest with you, but it was probably only about like maybe 2.5 minutes. And then they just went off on their own separate ways. But they were keeping up with I don't know if you guys seen the video, they were keeping up with the pace. We were going maybe 35 knots. And that's like equivalent to driving like 65 miles an hour on land. We were
Wow.
going these things seamlessly, just piercing through the water. Like when you drop a pencil in the water straight, that's how they were swimming on top of the water. Like that.
Wow.
Effortless.
Yeah, like a torpedo. Yeah, I saw that video, and then people were like, "Oh, it was the stabilizers that come down," but then you
My boat
debunked
doesn't
that.
have any.
Yeah,
They're on
go.
the back of the boat. I don't have any.
Yeah.
I don't have any. So a lot of fishing vessels, they either have stablers on the bow or the stern. The bow is the front of the boat. My boat's a bigger boat. I got a 168-foot double dredge clammer. So the weight is too heavy. So it's on the back. And we were not on the back of the boat at that point in time. So I love it. I love when people try to debunk, man, because I always got a chess move for that, man.
Yeah.
There's always a move.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And you know what's so cool, too, is like listening to you have these conversations with people. Like your story is 100% consistent every single time.
Mhm.
Every single time.
Because I lived through it. I lived through it. And the thing is, I know people who watch my live who can tell my story better than I tell my story, which is amazing because, you know how I'm like, oh, this is going to get out of hand. People are going to start saying this, and then it's just going to be one big telephone game. You know what I mean? But anybody who tells my story, man, they tell it correctly, man. And, a lot of people post my videos, man, and they get like YouTube plaques for them, man. Do you, man? I'm proud, man. Do your thing. That's a lot of things. People are like, aren't you bothered by people No, it's info. I'm not, they're not posting my music videos. They're not posting something they're posting information. This is, I want this to be spread. I want people to see this. I want everybody to share this. People need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I think it just gives more validity to the fact that it really did happen. I'm just kind of speaking to the critics right now. But like if you were to fake something like this, if somebody they would not want to come on and show their face and tell the story.
No.
And, give a play-by-play. They'd be hiding behind their videos.
They'd be reading notes right now.
Exactly.
What did I say in my last interview?
100%. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so this all like the first video going viral with the sounds, then Noah coming on board, the car accident, the tailbone. Oh my gosh, how have we not talked about Mr. Krabs?
Mr. Krabs.
We've been calling him Sebastian.
Go back to the ocean, Mr. Krabs, bro.
Hey.
That was the first time I got scared. I know I do say I was never scared in this experience. That fuck it, yes. When that shit happened, my heart sank to my knees. Because at that point, it was all listening. Where are you? There'd be something back. It was communication. There was no physical anything. Nothing. And that's when I was like, oh shit. All right. I might be biting off a little more than I can chew here. I'm going to step back. I'm going to go inside for the rest of the night. I'm going to stop recording and egging on what's ever out there.
That's a good instinct. Survival instinct right there.
Yeah. You know, and of course you got those critics. It was a different crab. I don't care if it was the same crab. It fucking came back.
I think that's the stupidest thing too, because I'm like, whether it was the same crab or not, a crab flew back out of the water and landed on the boat. So something threw a crab in.
And I didn't throw it because you can see my hands swinging by my side. I don't know. I'm a very like animated person. I didn't even know I swing my hands that much when I walk, but apparently I do. I'm glad I did that day. But it's just
Well, and how do you find another crab so quickly? Like, who would have thrown it up that high? Like,
exactly. Who would throw it?
I wish it was a ball. See, it's like you're playing catch, you know?
See, yeah, I've done that. I've done that with dolphins. Dolphins are the best. Like, if you ever go out on a cruise, take a beach ball with you. If you see some dolphins and you hit it out there, 9 times out of 10, they'll bring it back to you.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's super cool. Okay, so with the crab story, so I don't think that everyone knows what happened that night, but you were on a TikTok live walking around.
Cleaning off the deck, which once again, because it gets messy, and I saw this little crab. Now, I was going live, and I made a little, Mr. Krabs, you don't belong here, you know, go back to your ocean, Mr. Krabs. Everyday humanitarian, you know, he's still alive. There was no reason to keep him or throw him away. He was still alive, let him live. I'm thrive, so I threw him back in the ocean. 2 steps later, smack, bro. Right there, over my head, right there. And I just turned the camera, and that something threw a crab back at me, man, and it wasn't no wave. It wasn't no... What grew arms? That's what I want to know. Everything out there has fins, man. One.
Yeah, something's got to have hands and an arm to throw a crab. Because how high is that from the water?
So the boat itself, before it reaches deck, is probably sitting 20 feet out of the water. Because I got a big boat. And then after that, there's another 10-foot wall that I have. I have a 10-foot protective wall, which most boats don't have. That's why a lot of guys don't go over on my boat. But 10-foot wall. So you got to at least clear that thing 30 feet to get it up over the wall and smacked right there.
That's some strength.
No wonder you freaked out. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Want to know why? I probably freaked out because I didn't think ever that was going to happen. You know what I mean? I never in a million years would I ever thought I'm going to throw this, going to come back. Watch. No.
Well, the other crazy thing is too, is like throwing something that high, like that far, but also like doing it out of the water. Like if you're bobbing in the water but if you're in the ocean trying to throw something, you're not going to be able to you're not standing on anything firm. You have nothing
you're
to
gonna have
power
a difficult
off of.
time. And that was right at me. It fell in line with me, maybe 6 feet to the left of me.
Right over your head.
It knew where it was aiming. That's the other thing that's like, how did it know where to throw it? Like, how did it know where you were? Like,
because it probably saw me throw it in there. Probably hit him. He's like, Nick, fuck you, throw it back.
Yeah, probably.
We were like laughing because we were talking about like the little mermaid, how she always has a little crab friend. And so we were like, oh, like...
Well, my joke was, if a flounder flies up next, then we know for sure it was a mermaid.
Yeah.
It's so funny how they all just tie in together, man.
Yeah.
But somebody hit me up and be like, hey, man, I got a horror idea. Let's go. This would be a great horror film. Nobody's done a movie like this before.
Oh, my gosh, you're right. Okay, because let's talk about this, too.
Sure.
So the mermaids, the people that have claimed to have seen them describe them in a way that it's very creepy. So kind of grayish skin, long limbs,
black eyes,
big eyes,
black eyes, big hands,
long hair, right? Kind of dreaded purpley dark hair. And then you have said, because I've seen your footage of the mermaid you caught, like over the side of the boat, and you could see it swim by.
Yes, you saw how her hands came back when she swam away, right? You saw the extra limbs, right?
So
it's literally just like the Australian video. That's why I'm going to send it to you. But I'm telling you, it's the same. Just the arms were like hanging off the sides, just like, and she was just, and you said the tails are like 12 feet long.
10 feet
minimum, just the tails. So they're big.
all tail. They're all tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
How wide
just
are
like
they?
Me and you from the waist up, tail.
Wow.
Wild.
And you know what? It makes sense because of how fast they swim. It's crazy
Yeah.
to get that much movement out of something so small. You need to have a long body to be able to even get up to those speeds on the water. So yeah, that's a lot of things I found out too. A lot of people, when they try to describe them, they're always like different. You know what I mean? And I've just boiled that down to just, well, maybe they're like you and us, me and you. We look different, you know? We're from different places. They might live in a colder area. They might live in a warmer area. They might have different needs, you know what I mean? That they've grown accustomed to. So their bodies are different. They might look different. You know, something that's real, that survives really deep on the sea is probably going to have no pigment at all because it stays away from the sun. If you have another one on the Jamaican bridge, you know what I mean? She's going to obviously
Flat
look
bridge?
a little different.
Flat bridge, right?
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point. So, have you heard of Dan Duval?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so he does this interview with this woman that does deliverance, and she worked with this young girl. Her name is Priscilla, and she was put in through government programs where they were torturing her and doing rituals with her, and it gave her the ability to basically turn into a mermaid when in water. And they sent her out into the ocean to do missions, for lack of better terms. It sounds really bizarre and out there, but she says her story, it was like a 3-hour interview.
Well, it's like a 4 or 5 part.
Or maybe 4 or 5 part. Yes, even longer.
I'm gonna
And she
need that
talks
one
about-
too. I haven't seen that one from Dan.
It's
You
so
got
good.
it. It's wild.
Yeah,
So
I can
mermaids
only
are,
imagine. So
yeah, so not-
they set her up on missions, and she had the ability to change when she hit the water.
Yes.
And when she would go to places very cold water, she said her body would morph and she'd get more blubbery like a whale to be able to withstand those temperatures. Like exactly what you were just saying. You know, they can either adapt or maybe there are just different ones based on the region they live in and inhabit. But yeah, I mean, it's a hard one to believe, but then at the same time, it's not because the level of emotion that she has and the level of detail and how much she can tell you about her experiences and what's going on. It's
I applaud her for even having the interview.
Yeah, it was really interesting. She also talks about how like she would have to take on like new entities, like make agreements or covenants with entities the deeper she went into the ocean. So like she's like at certain depths, she was like you would have to come into agreement with something else to be able to go deeper because the pressure was just crushing. And then she also said something really interesting about how, like, if you just have a regular mermaid tail, you are kind of like the bottom of the ladder, like bottom of the totem pole. She said the higher you went up in ranking, she's like, you actually became like an octopus, like Ursula. Yeah, she said she actually got to that point where she was like, I got to have like tentacles. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy. It makes you wonder where they get all their ideas from for these stories.
It really does. I mean, they're so original, you know, so.
Yeah.
Original ideas taken from someone else years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all movies and shows, what we like to say, it's just like dramatized reality. You know, they don't come up with these ideas out of nothing. There's truth to it all.
All of it.
And like you were saying
I can't even watch the show Siren. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I can't watch it.
No. Okay. I've heard you talk about this. So was it Animal Planet did a docuseries?
Yes. They did a docuseries on like mermaids, and they came out and said, "Oh, it was fake. We just wanted to see what the public's view on it was." Bullshit. Look out of here.
So it was probably some real footage in there.
Yeah, absolutely real footage.
Real sounds. Yeah.
Well, that's what you were saying. Like you couldn't watch it after your experience because it was so real, or like it sounded just like what I heard.
The noises. I don't know where they got those noises. The noises they used for the show The Siren on Hulu were the exact same pitch frequency I heard on the ocean. It was identical. And the thing is, like people are like, oh, you should watch this show. It's literally a story. I watched it. I got maybe 2 episodes in. I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm getting sweaty. I'm getting anxious. And another thing is, I don't want to hear anything that ain't real, because when I go out there and try to heal the real stuff, I don't want anything messing with me. You know what I mean?
That's good. Yeah, I don't think I could watch the show because your videos alone freaked me out for days. Like,
apparently
so
it's a good show. You know,
I don't know, but if I hear the sounds,
feel like you're a
I'm not going to
water-fearing
sleep.
person
You could
at heart.
Watch it on silent, Corey, with
What's-
captions.
Captions. What would that look like in captions? How would they write
Mermaid
that out?
sound, siren
Siren
sound.
scream.
Siren scream. Okay. Speaking of words, captions, mermaids. One thing we didn't touch on, which is huge, that first viral video, the one with you in the orange beanie, you did not hear it at the time, you said, but your viewers picked up on it, and I've heard it. I've listened to it so many times. Amongst
Jump
the
for me.
screaming, she says, "Jump for me," and then she screams right after. And then
So-
it's clear as day.
When I'm hearing that, that's when I was hearing the closer, come closer, closer in here. I wasn't hearing any of the jump for me. I wasn't. People are like, oh, I hear it on the live. I'm like, I ain't hearing nothing right now. Little do they know, in my brain is just get closer to the water, jump in, get closer, come closer. So there was points and times where I was just fixated on what was ever talking to me in my head telepathically. But at the same time, when I rewatched that video and I heard that, I was like, yes, I'm not crazy.
That's crazy. That's nuts. That's crazy.
They speak English.
Yeah. Yeah, they speak English.
Well, I think Priscilla, going back to Dan Duvall and Priscilla, I think she said that they spoke to people telepathically. That was how they communicated when they were mermaids. She said that they would go out in groups together.
Yeah.
In like pods.
I didn't. That's actually something I just knew about. Like I would go around telling this how I fucking hear, talking to me in my head, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh no, they do that. That's a real thing. It just validates something for me. Because at some points, I think I'm losing it. When this whole thing was going on, I'm like, what the hell is going on? What's real? What's not?
I bet.
So it kind of
I
gave me
feel
some
the
kind
same
of
way.
confirmation.
Okay, so next on the list, Cantifla's house.
Yes.
That's the
I'm
next
so
big
excited.
adventure.
I get so excited talking about it. I think about this man's. I know what this man's house looks like, and I can close my eyes and just see it. It's just there's something for me there. I know there is. There's something pulling
if
me there. I
anyone's-
need to go there.
You're the guy for sure. If a mermaid's going to come there, it's going to be you that draws them in. For sure.
That's how I feel. It's crazy to feel that way. I was talking to my homeboy. They're like, yo, you're letting this shit go on too long. I'm like, no, bro. Like this is who I am now. I'm when I'm out in the ocean, that is going to be the number one thing I'm doing, because now I got my own unanswered answers that I want answers to. I need answers. I got to figure this stuff out. I can't have no loose ends in my own story for my own psyche. I can't. I have to come full circle with this thing. Right now, I'm probably like three quarters of the way, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably still around half. I still got a lot of things I need to do before I can, officially make it up in my mind that this is what I was put here to do. I was put here to let people know that, hey, we're not the only ones on the water anymore. We're not the only ones on this earth anymore. You guys have been seeing it all the time. You guys have been looking in the wrong direction this whole time. Everybody's looking up, and they should be fucking looking down.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
But might find some giants in Middle
I
Earth
believe
too.
that.
But that's another story for another time.
Wait, I missed that. What was that?
So they might find some giants in Middle Earth too, but that's another
Heck
story for
yeah.
another time.
Oh, we love that topic.
We believe in that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
What do you mean to tell me the Earth's just full of molten lava in the middle? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But it gets colder as you dig down deeper, so
Right?
make
So
it make
what's
sense.
logic? I cannot.
I know
I cannot do it.
the deepest hole man's ever drilled is 8 miles. So then they
Yeah.
still claim to know what the core of the Earth is. It's like that's all.
And according to them,
theory.
that's not even the crust, right?
Right.
Mhm.
No, 8 miles is not even that far down. Yeah. I love it. You're awesome. Seriously.
It's like-minded people, man. It's just
I know.
it's easier
Yeah,
to
it's
talk
good.
to people about these things when they're on the same level as you. So it's actually nice. I don't have to fill in a lot of the blanks for you guys. You guys kind of already know what's going on. You guys have your own views. I love it. I love this. Thank you for having
We're
me
trying.
on today. I'm enjoying this myself.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. But we're digging just like you, And sometimes the more you dig, the more you find out, the more questions you end up having, which is what's happening with you, obviously.
Mhm.
I think I would be in the same boat, wanting to just get to the bottom of it and know why they're contacting you. I do like your theory though of because you didn't go in the water, they're still coming after you. I
Yes.
hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah. I thought maybe it was more of a lineage thing for you, which it still could be.
That's what
in your
I thought
bloodline.
about at first.
Mhm.
Like maybe somewhere along the lines, my mom's side, ancestors, something, maybe. But once I heard that theory, it kind of really resonated with me in a very surreal way.
Mm. That makes sense. Do your other, like your captain and crewmates, do any of them get the same emotional response and pulling when they hear these? Because I know they hear them too, because they're with
They
you.
hear them, but they just, my captain shies away from it. Like he doesn't want nothing to do with it. But this is the same guy who has a mermaid pinup tattooed on his arm. This. I would love to get him to talk about it, but a lot of fishermen, they're strong, silent type.
Mhm.
That's screw that, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
They all see it, they all hear it. Dave was my guy. Dave would be out there looking with me. He'd be out there doing his thing. A lot of fishermen believe it, whether they want to tell you they do it that or not. But when all that stuff was going on, Captain's like, I'm not going out there. You can go out there. I'm not going.
Oh, he got spooked. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the flatter topic. It's like people may believe it, but they don't want to talk about it because it's like
Social suicide.
exactly.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like you. We're
I'm
like,
way past that now.
Yes.
yeah, give us
There's
all
no
a mic
turning
and we'll
back.
tell you all of our thoughts. Who cares?
We're just
Right?
speculating at this point, right? And we're just trying to make sense of like what
We're just trying to
we
make,
can.
like you said, make sense of the situation. Because nobody's going to do it for us. They're going to tell us it wasn't real and we should keep on going on about our lives. It was a dolphin,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
Keep fishing for me.
Well, good for you for
Exactly.
not listening to the naysayers and staying true to your experience. Like, honestly, because it's easy to get, intimidated by that and not want to be
Yeah.
seen as a certain way. But like you said, like, I feel like you have such a big, like, fan base, if you will. Like, people have really clung on to you and your story and are backing you up. So it's really cool to see. You've created a whole new community of people online.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my goal, but in a sense, I'm super glad that it happened. You know what I mean? Because now it just gives people an outlet to come forth if they've had any weird experiences too. Just because you had an experience doesn't mean you got to live with that for the rest of your life. You should always be able to talk to somebody about it. And now we're making it a common thing. You had a weird experience. People used to keep that shut, keep their mouth shut and they'd rack at their brain their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
We don't gotta live like
or
that
like
no more.
deathbed confessionals where they finally come clean about it, But
Yeah.
it's like
30
it's
years later and you see the toll it's taken on their life looking at the interview, you know what I mean?
or they
Yeah.
don't
But I
get
get
in the
it.
water. Like, yeah, I've heard stories where people are like, he never got back in the water after that. He wouldn't even he didn't like baths. He didn't like showers. Like, he stayed out of the water. And then like right when he was dying, he like confessed everything of like, this is what happened. Like,
That's why. Yeah.
mhm.
And that's how it's be. I don't want to be on my deathbed telling this story.
No.
And because of how I went about it, I really kind of can't. You know what I mean?
You were live on TikTok, so there's no going back.
No.
You got to ride this train now.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do. Well, you've been amazing. Like, seriously, we're so thankful to have you on. This is such a great topic, the one that's it's so mystical, which makes it so much more fun to dig into.
Oh,
And
just the things you find when you start digging, it's just,
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
this could go on in real life. Like, the
Yeah.
world is crazy as we know it
Oh,
right
it's
now. Yes.
100%. 100%. And like, you think about like hunters in the woods, that see Bigfoot and things like that. That kind of reminds me of you. It's like, this is your Bigfoot.
This is my
being a
Bigfoot.
fisherman.
Bigfoot's real, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
this is my Bigfoot, and I'm gonna prove it's real. Everybody's gonna know me as the guy, as the Mermaid Man for the rest of my life. So you know what? I might
Amazing.
as well take it and run with it.
I mean, you have a tail. That's like just as good as, the Bigfoot hair that they got on some duct tape.
That's just as good as the footprint, man. It's just as
Yeah,
good.
it
I
is.
promise you.
It's better. It's better.
It is
think
better.
so.
You got like hard evidence. That's so cool. And I do wonder, like, was that a God thing that you dredged that up? Because the chances of you dredging that up is like I don't know, 1 in 10 million.
I think they put it there
you think they put
for
it
me
there?
to find. I think like I'm like intertwined somehow, some
100%.
way, advocate, something. I don't know, moderator for these things, whatever it may be. Okay, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the information they've already been starting to give me with the bone and the videos. Because if they're an intelligent creature, they know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, and they're giving you the footage. You're like, can you come a little
Exactly.
closer next time, please?
Yeah, I'm screaming out of them with my big ass phone flashlight out in the middle of the ocean with nobody around us. If they can see me, pretty sure they can.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, we're going to be following you in your next adventure here coming up.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see what
absolutely. I
happens.
appreciate you guys.
You'll
man.
have to come
Really
back
enjoyed
on and
coming on here.
you'll have to come back on and tell us how it goes after you
Oh,
go
no,
there.
we got to set up a part 2.
Yes, we would love
Heck
that.
yes.
It's so funny because when we did our first Mermaid episode, we literally were like, we hope that Ryan hears this.
Oh, yeah.
We would love for him to come on our pod.
We played your videos on it. I like had it up to the mic, like the screaming. Yeah.
So we're just
I
so
love
honored
it.
and so thankful that you were able to hang out with us for a little bit and give us all the details.
No, absolutely. I enjoyed talking to you guys. You know, it's been a blast. I always love reliving it because it's just such a big moment in my life. Every time I talk about it, it just literally brings me right back to that moment. So I had a blast. I appreciate you guys, man. Yeah,
If not-
I got them all cropped for you. I'll just send a few.
Perfect. That'd be great because otherwise I'd be like screen recording TikTok. So that'd be way
no,
better.
I'll give you the good ones.
That'd be amazing. I really appreciate it. Okay,
And I was just going to say too, like, where can people find you so that we can direct them to you as well?
XSauce90X on everything, man. Everything. XSauce90X. Follow your boy, man. I'm out here. Got any questions about the mermaids, man? I always answer back. No problem.
You're the best.
You are
Awesome.
amazing.
Thank you so much and stay safe.
Thank you. You guys
Especially
as
at
well,
Kent
man. You guys have a
Tiflas.
good day.
Wear a chain.
Yeah. Thank you,
All right.
you too.
Until next
Bye-bye.
time.
Until
Bye.
next time, for sure.